Grand Funk Railroad returns to Del Lago tonight. They were there 1 year ago, and tonight the show is sold out. Drummer Don Brewer called our studios for a chat a few days ago to talk about the show. Here's a continuation of that interview with our executive producer, the one, the only, Mike DiGiorgio. Don talking about who is in the band and a history-making concert.
For those who weren't there a year ago, looking to maybe see you at Del Lago February 8th, tell me who's in the band these days.
Well, we've got great people in the band. We've got myself and Mel Shocker, founding members of Grand Funk, along with Max Carl, formerly of 38 Special. Max is the guy that sang and wrote Second Chance, the 38's biggest hit.
Great song.
And he's also from a band back in the 80s called Jack Mack and the Heart Attack. So if you, I like to say he's probably one of the last blue-eyed soul singers on the planet.
Okay.
He just fit Grand Funk Railroad great, you know. Also got Bruce Kulick, who played with Kiss for 12 years when they took their makeup off.
Yeah, we got to talk about Bruce. I'm a member of the Kiss Army, and I'm required by the rules to talk to you about Bruce a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, well, I knew Bruce. I used to play with Bob Seger, and actually, I still have, from 2006 to 2015, I did about, 5 tours with them. And back in the 80s, I played with them, and I met Bruce when he was playing with Michael Bolton. Back then, Michael Bolton was like an opening act on the Bob Seger tour, and that's where I met Bruce. And when over the years, we kept in touch, and when we put this rendition of Grand Funk together, I contacted Bruce and see if he was available, and he was, luckily, and flew him out to Michigan. And he's been touring with this band now for 19 years.
Yeah, longer than he was in Kiss when you think about it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Here we go again. We're celebrating 50 years of funk this year.
Is it this is 50 since the first album then?
This is 50 since our first since the founding of Grand Funk Railroad, 1969. Yeah, that was our first album. On Time came out in 1969.
This begs the question if the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has ever come knocking. It's 25 years is their rule for when you're eligible, and so we're talking almost double here.
There's been talk. There's been a lot of talk, and our fans you've been all over them, and it just hasn't happened, So I'm not worried about it. I really don't think about it. I look at some of the other acts that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I go, really? So anyway, it's a political, it's politics.
Yeah, I would point out to them you are a band that played Shea Stadium. Packed it. I mean, other than the Beatles, had anybody done that up to that point?
Well, and that was our claim to fame, really, is we sold out faster than the Beatles, And there was a lot of people that played, and I can't remember who played in between. There was somebody, I think, that played in between the Beatles and us. It might have been Sly and the Family Stone. I can't really remember, but yeah, I mean, those were pioneer days for stadiums and arenas and all of that stuff. Now it's kind of so commonplace. Everybody does it, but
yeah, I know the Beatles had to use the stadium's PA in order to be heard. At that point, did you guys have the stadium amps that we're more used to then, or?
Yeah, we had a better sound system, but still, even back then, there was nothing that could fill those places, the way they needed to be. Now with all this line array stuff they've got, it's easy, but yeah.
Don't you know that she's, what is she? Some kind of wonderful. Yes, she is. She's some kind of